Hey guys, welcome back. As always, the promo code is Money3. That's MONEY3. When you use the code Money3 on the Action 24/7 Sportsbook, you will receive a $250 risk-free bet on your first bet. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. And let's get to the show.
Okay. We're here. We're back. Divisional round over. Now we are on to the championship games.
Woo.
This is not the big game. These are the championship games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to make a joke, but I can't think of one.
it's okay.
Okay.
These games decide who will play the big game,
The big
The
game.
big game.
which we have to say instead of the real thing, I think.
Boring. We all know what we're talking about.
Yes, we all know what we're talking about. All the commercials know what we're talking about. Well, I don't know if we have to say.
I don't know either.
I don't want to risk it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah,
I don't know all the laws behind that.
yeah. Some real important people watch this, so we're gonna roll with
Roger
it.
Goodell himself.
Yep. We are
Shout out
rolling
Raj.
with it. So yeah. Well, how did we do last week, Sean? Talk to me. I know you had maybe perhaps a flip-flop pick, depending on what you were going to take on the show. And what happened?
Yeah, that sounds like a setup, but I did say I was gonna take Bills minus 5.5 or the over. If you followed me on Twitter, you would have seen that I didn't take either of those, and instead I flipped to the Bengals plus 5.5, which was lucky because that was the only bet I won. I went 1-4.
It's not lucky, it's sharp.
I like that. It's sharp. So good thinking skills. I should have flipped on every other thing I had, but it's okay. I guess. I don't know. I had a pretty miserable weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all right. Happens.
I
Get all the
guess.
losses out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Chris, let's move on. How did you do?
I mean, I went 2-3, so not much better. I mean, I won my surefire, so I guess monetarily I was even, but yeah, had the under good old Carl Sheffers on under 47.5 in Cincy Buffalo. Whew, didn't look good.
No.
That 14-0, like 6 minutes in, I was like, damn it. I'm going to lose every bet today.
Damn it, Cheffers.
That one hit, and then I decided to double dip in Dallas, San Francisco, with Dallas and the over. That was not smart.
Yeah.
That was fucking Dak Prescott is so
Ooh.
bad.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Remember last week on the show I said that I didn't believe the Cowboys could pull a worst last play to end their season.
You did say that.
I
I
think you
didn't
did
even
say that,
think
yeah.
about that.
And instead, they pulled a 100 times worse last play to end their season. Possibly, like, that literally just said, hold my beer. Like,
That was
This one's for Sean Dixon on the 3 for the Money podcast.
that was so bad. Like, it was hilarious. Like, I feel like people aren't like roasting McCarthy or
Enough.
Kellen Moore or whoever's idea that was enough because it was so funny.
yeah, it was pretty
Like
funny.
they're like, yeah, that's stupid, but it's hilarious. As of like, God, I feel so bad for Zeke.
It was so ridiculous.
He doesn't.
he didn't.
He's a running back,
He
man.
didn't
He's
deserve that.
They're like, hey, man, you're gonna be center. I'm sure he was like,
Listen,
Huh?
what?
Listen. Great snap.
That was a phenomenal snap. Not enough people are talking about that.
Yeah. Got to give him credit. Putting him into a situation where he was not prepared, in a position that he does not play. Great snap.
Yeah.
There are a
Where
lot
it
of
easily could have gone wrong from that point.
a lot of times, like in a game where like the center will get hurt and the backup has to come in, and you'll have a couple that are just like ground balls back to the quarterback, and the commentator's like, "Well, he is the backup."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's still a center.
Yeah.
Like that's your main job.
Snap the ball.
Zeke has probably never played a down of center in his life, and that was a flawless snap.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very good. Snap.
credit to
Very good
Zeke.
snap.
Who caught that? Was it Gallup? I kind of feel bad for him too, just getting absolutely trucked in the spine.
Just,
I don't know.
I mean,
It was so funny.
once I saw that play happened, I was like, no way.
You were
no
watching
way.
it live.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Like,
when you said like you saw it, okay.
yeah, like once I saw it, I was like, no way that this happened again. Like, and
that was
even worse this time.
I think that is the second worst play of all time, behind the Colts on Monday
the
or Sunday
fake,
Night
the
Football.
fake,
The
the
McAfee
fake,
play.
Yeah.
the fake whatever the hell that was.
Yeah. I don't even know what to call that.
Yeah, because at least with this play, you understood what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was dumb, but you got it. With the Colts thing, I was like, what was the goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, though, if you think about it, Zeke's getting fatter every year. Snap is great.
Maybe.
Backup center role in his
Honestly,
in his future. I mean,
I could see it.
that's how you lengthen your career. You know, running backs don't have a very long career. You know, like
That would be an all-timer, running back to center.
it'd be kind of wild. It'd be kind of wild.
Well, okay.
Something to think about.
Let's just. The snap was good. Everything after that was terrible.
Oh, yeah,
was
for
his
sure.
worst nightmare.
Yeah. Getting planted into the ground. That
That was so funny.
yeah, that was pretty funny.
I don't think I've ever seen a shove like that. Like, he was just like,
Oh, that.
There was
he was,
definitely
like, effortless.
I don't know
too.
who that was, but that guy. He saw Zeke line up over the ball. He's like, "Oh yes."
He's like, I'm
"Oh
gonna kill you.
yeah."
I'm gonna kill you.
that who got planted in the Patriots Raiders? Was that Mac Jones that
Mac
got planted?
Jones, Chandler.
That dude got planted.
Was it
Yeah.
Chandler Jones who
Yeah.
dribbled him off the earth?
That wasn't
Just-
like a shove. That was just like
That was like a. Yeah.
Yeah.
like
That's a similar face plant, but
Zeke just got grabbed and.
yeah.
yeah. I had to mention that also. I did say that. Had to bring it up because I don't want any dirty laundry. People coming for me. He's like, remember when you said this? It's like, I'm addressing it. Don't worry. So, Will, round us out. How did you do?
So I went 3-1. I definitely think that the Bengals win was definitely my sharpest play of the weekend.
That was good.
It was just like after I placed the bet, I didn't even think about this, but in the AFC, it's stacked. It's such a stacked conference that like it's Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, and everyone else. And you're giving me 5 points on Burrow. You're giving me 5.5 points on Burrow versus Allen, who's also a great quarterback. I will never.
He's the third best quarterback in the league right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you're giving me 5 points in this game. I have to take it.
Mhm.
Even if they lose, these are two of the top three quarterbacks that are left. And it was going to be one of them.
It was, I mean, from the first play of the game, it was like, oh, Bengals are going to win this game.
For sure. It was just Bengals played just a complete, not the Bengals, Bills just played a completely different game. It was just like, what?
Their
What are they
defense
doing?
was so bad.
It was,
Like, Joe Mixon would fall, and it would go for 8 yards.
yeah.
It was insane. For a defensive-minded coach, that was pretty bad performance for McDermott.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
So,
It really is.
Yeah.
Also, with that being said, we were all wrong on our pre-Super Bowl
Yeah, big time.
For sure.
picks.
for
Big
sure.
time.
Yeah.
I think we all picked the Bills. I know
I
me and
did.
Chris did.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pick the Bills, Will?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I also said that I'd I can see the Eagles not going to the AFC or NFC championship. I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's okay. Own the losses, take over the wins.
Gosh, that was another one where they were playing a different game.
Yeah.
Like that was
That had
first
no
drive.
hope.
It was like, yeah, this game's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. I heard someone talking about this, but if you look at like the last 3 games before the playoffs, Giants are playing nobody.
Oh yeah.
They're playing nobody.
They play like the Texans, the Commanders,
and I think like the Raiders or something.
it was really weak schedule.
Yeah.
And then they just
And then-
whomped the Vikings,
Who
so
we all knew
they
were
like-
frauds.
Yeah, so we're like, hey, and then
Yeah.
that was bad. I had Giants plus 7.5.
But
And that
we all
was-
had Giants plus 7.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, that was.
It's rough.
It's rough. But that's gambling.
Way she goes.
Way she goes. We're here. I
Sometimes
did
it
lose my
goes,
surefire
sometimes she
pick, which was the over in the Jags game. And Trevor Lawrence, hate that guy. Jamal Agnew, that guy's dead to me.
Yeah, so he was the one that killed it. Lawrence played fine. Like he didn't.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, like he had that one interception.
Yeah. The one that, like, he needed to not throw in order to hit the over.
Yeah, but Agnew is who you should really be mad at.
Oh, yeah, I'm mad at him, too. He's
But he should
completely
be the
dead.
main one.
Yeah.
Because he killed. They were on like the 2-yard line.
Yeah. They ended up covering that game. I didn't think that they would. Once.
I can't hear that right now.
Okay. I'll move on.
That's when I knew the weekend was dead.
That was
The
the first
first-
game.
I know.
I
And just had like a backdoor cover like that. I was like, this weekend is trash. I'm dead.
I thought that my weekend was gonna be over from that point, but then when they backdoored, it was like, wow, I'm great at this.
Shout out Dougie P.
Yeah.
Dougie covers.
Yeah.
I don't know what his record is against the spread, but that's a good nickname.
Yeah. But we're here. I went 3-1, lost my surefire pick, but we're still rocking. I'm probably around even with on the week. But yeah, we're moving on. It's the NFC and AFC championship games. No Saturday games.
That's sad.
Very sad. Only 2 games.
But you know what's on Saturday?
College basketball.
There it is. Which Chris bets every single day.
Oh, probably around 30 picks. Responsibly.
It's like a religion.
Yes.
He's just getting started.
Yes.
He pays homage to Vegas with
Vegas
his-
pays homage to me.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, follow the Twitter. Chris is an absolute degenerate. Just picking games out of nowhere. Well, they're not out of nowhere. They're on the board. But we're rocking with it. It's January. We're in the thick of it.
Like, what else am I going to do on a Saturday?
Yeah. We're in the thick of it. Me and Sean slowly getting into betting the hockey picks. Sean is red fire lava hot on hockey props.
Yes.
It is not even. It's not even funny. Like I don't know what else to say.
It's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild how like all of these picks, all of these prop picks that he has,
They're winners.
they're plus money and they're winners. If you put half units on them, which is what I do, you come out on top, no matter how bad your picks are. I've had a few bad days here the past week.
It's good to have a safety net.
Yeah. So Sean is the safety net. I have had more good days than bad days, but Sean's picks have put me over the top. So
Good old safety net Sean right here.
safety net Sean. Print the T-shirts. What?
I would just like to say one thing. It's not related to Sean. Sean's been crushing it. Just going back to my college basketball Saturdays, I just want to talk about just how much of a mind fuck that my last Saturday was. I had 29 total picks, including my 2 NFL picks on Saturday. In college basketball, I started out, I shit you not, 10-0. I was sitting there at like 3 o'clock, like, this is gonna be a phenomenal day. My final record, my record at the end of the day was 14-15.
Oh.
That was the worst, man.
Oh.
That's just
Yeah, I
something you
remember
hate
that.
to see.
I remember you talking about
It was so bad. Like 6 o'clock, I was just sitting there looking at everything. It was like, I've lost not lost everything. I was only down a unit, but like from like 3.
I've lost the car. I've lost the house.
From like 3
I
o'clock.
lost the girl.
From like 3 o'clock until like 11, I went. What's that math? 4-15. That takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, that's.
You almost have to try to do that.
Yeah,
It's
it was
almost
like
more impressive.
10-0. I was like, this is amazing. Like
My day's gonna rock.
It was just I don't know, man.
I lost everything.
I'm just looking at my phone. I was like, loser.
You lost.
Loser,
You lost.
loser.
You lost the spirit. Your spirit.
Oh
correct?
yeah,
You didn't
like,
lose everything.
It was rough. I had the notes app on my phone. It was just like the first half, just green check, and then there's everything else, just X. It was terrible, but
That's awful.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
but when you have when it's all said and done, you have 29 plays. You go 14-15. That's not awful.
Could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I just wanted to share that tale.
right on.
So let me ask you this though: if you had gone 4-15 to start the day,
Mhm.
and then you ended on a 10-0 run,
Oh,
how would you feel?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. It'd be like those first however many 19 didn't even happen.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like those first 10 didn't happen.
That's so shitty.
That's
I
like
know
speaking
exactly.
of safety net. That was a very good safety net for the rest of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Rest of my weekend, really.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
So, follow the Twitter. We tweet out the pics.
It's entertaining, if anything else.
It's not that hard. Follow us. And if you're listening right now, hit subscribe, hit like, comment, say, Chris, all your bets lost me money. Something like that.
Away she goes.
Just interact with this as any way possible. We'd love it. Well, let's
Let's dive into them.
dive in. Let's move on to the picks. First game, San Francisco 49ers at the Link in Philadelphia against the Eagles. Philadelphia, 3-point favorites at home. What do we think, Chris?
I wish you hadn't started with me.
What do we think, Sean?
Thank you.
Listen. I kind of think Brock Purdy is him. I think he's him.
I think he has the potential.
I kind of thought last week that the lights would be too bright, but I think he's ready to make a run. I think he's ready to potentially get this team a ring. Coming off the bench, Mr. Irrelevant. Super Bowl ring on the finger. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I am saying they're going to win this game.
Okay.
So, I'm going with the Niners money line. Just straight up. No spreads, nothing funny about it. Just straight up money line. Is this a bit of a I do not want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl because there is a certain player on the team that I don't want to win the Super Bowl? Yeah. Maybe. A little bit. But I also think this Niners team is the most complete team left remaining. And in the league. Entirely. This is the most complete team in the NFL.
For sure.
They have what it takes to win this game, and they have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl and possibly win it, depending on who wins the AFC. But yeah, San Francisco 49ers money line. Will, Chris, do you want to go now, or
I'll go. I wrote down San Francisco +3. I'm switching.
No.
I can't. It's Eagles -3. I want this is sort of like, what is this, hedging joy? I want the 49ers to win this game.
So you're paying for a
So I'm
loss?
betting on.
Or
I want the 49ers to win this game, but everything in me is saying the Eagles will win because Brock has been playing out of his mind. But aren't we due for a Shanahan mental like what the hell are you doing?
I don't think so.
I mean, it happens
don't-
every year.
I know. But
it
it usually comes at the very end.
I know, but it's a rookie going into the link. One of the best defenses we've ever seen. I think it's the third most sacks by defense in NFL history or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's the only team with 4 players that have at least 10 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the feeling what I had last week. Plucky underdog, going to the link. Maybe they'll put up a fight and pull off an upset against the Eagles. That didn't go well last week. I'm taking the Eagles -3. I will not be mad at all if the 49ers win. I'll be very happy.
Okay.
So I'm taking Eagles -3. I hate it because I want to bet on Brock. I want to bet on the Niners so bad. They are so much damn fun. But there's just something in me that they won't let me do it. The voices won't let me do it.
The voices.
I'm giving in to the voices. Eagles -3.
Chris.
Voices.
Don't take the Niners.
Okay, well now I'm just all sorts of confused.
I said don't. Or it'd say don't.
Okay, Eagles -3 is what I'm taking. Will, what are you feeling?
I'm taking the Niners +3. This is just textbook. Like, Shanahan's gonna get you there, but he's not gonna do it. And I think this Eagles team's way too young to be making it this far with all the young guns that they have. This isn't like Super Bowl or bust for them. They didn't even make the playoffs last year.
They made the playoffs.
They did?
They were the 8th seed in
Yeah.
the NFC. They got smacked by the Bucks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not much of a resume going on here. It's just they've had it too easy. I think the Eagles just have had it too easy with just everything that they've gone through, and they've been able to smack these teams around. And I think this 49ers defense, who is like probably the best defense, except for the Eagles defense.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're the best defense in the league.
Yeah, like this year.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
Not by like sack numbers, but
I think it's just overall
Yeah.
metrics, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I'm going with the Niners. I think that this is definitely not the Brock Purdy shits his pants game. It's just, and I think that +3, there's a lot more value there than there is with taking the money line. Just because, like, Shanahan could shit his pants during the game and lose by like a field goal, by like not knowing when to take a timeout. Is something like that. Yeah, and like if we've seen anything from like the games that the Niners have played, when they played last week against the Cowboys were in that game.
Yeah, I mean, they lost by a touchdown.
Yeah,
But
they
in
were
there.
in that game.
I mean, if Dak wasn't just an idiot.
Yeah, they were in that game, and Dallas has a great defense.
Mhm.
They
And
do.
so, with this Niners defense, they can play bully ball. They can do that. They can take you down to their level.
Mhm.
They can do that. So I'm taking Niners +3. We're moving on. Next game, the night game. The only other game left. On the schedule. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, I'm going to lead this one off.
Go for it.
So, all this week, after the Bengals won against the Bills, I'm like, Bengals are beating the Chiefs.
Okay.
Bengals are going to get disrespected this entire way, just because that's what they do. That's what happens. They get disrespected. People root for them because they're the underdog, and people like just the underdog, but they're going to get disrespected. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's been there. He's done that. Patrick Mahomes is injured. He is on one leg.
He's practicing today.
He was practicing today. Probably shot up with something.
Probably.
He's going to be shot up with a lot during this game.
Yeah.
He's going to be like
sure.
Aaron Rodgers when he had that random howdy doody accent.
Yeah.
In that Bears game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He broke his collarbone and just came back. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Okay.
It's like, dude.
He sounded like Foghorn Leghorn in his post game.
Yeah, it just went out there and
Which did,
man.
buddy. But I was ready to take the Bengals all day, and then I saw this line, -1.5, and I'm like, I don't know about this. Are the Bengals getting too much respect? I don't know. Or are they getting the correct amount of respect? It's tough. It's tough to pick for me. But Joe Burrow does own the Chiefs. So I'm rocking with the Bengals. -1.5. They're walking into Arrowhead, and they're taking it over. Joe Shiesty, I hate him. Don't forget that. So I'm taking him. So there we go. We're rocking with it. Chris.
I think you're forgetting something, Will.
All right. What am I forgetting?
You have to say something bad about him.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I said I hated him.
That's not enough.
All right. Well, I hate how cool he is. I feel like I'm such a dork, and I can never live up to that. You know, he's younger than me, and I'm obviously like not going to be able to live up to that because he's an NFL quarterback, and I am a guy with a podcast. Like, I'm not I'm not cool. I bet on sports.
Yeah.
It's I just constantly compare myself to him and others, not just him. But this is about Joe Burrow, and so I really don't like how he's like the only white person that can like rock a turtleneck.
Huh.
I feel like he's the only white person that can do that, personally. And so, I hate it. I hate him. But we're riding with the Bengals. -1.5. All right, Sean. What do you think?
I'm also going to go with Cincy -1.5 here. I hate that I like Joe Burrow. I hate it. I hate that I like him. He's so cool. But he also wins football games, and he wants to get back to the Super Bowl, and I just can't consciously, like, bet against him. And this is a rat line. This line is ratty.
I think it is ratty, but also, like, I can't tell which side is the rat line.
I'll go into it a little bit a little later down the line when we discuss some other things, but there's something fishy about this, but I'm gonna rock with Cincy and Joe Cool -1.5. Chris,
I'm taking Chiefs +1.5. I feel like everyone's crowning the Bengals a little too early. Yeah, they dominated the Bills, but I just feel like everyone is just saying already. It's like, oh well, Joe Burrow, he might be better than Patrick Mahomes. It's like, all right,
don't think that.
why don't I know?
I don't
I
think
know
that
you're
either.
not. I know y'all aren't saying that, but I've heard some people on that get paid a lot of money to talk into microphones say that. I'm like, why don't we pump the brakes? This is still Patrick Mahomes. I know he's hurt. I think he's going to be okay. I mean, he's going to play this game, even if he is on actually one leg. He will play this game.
And if he's on one leg, I mean, he's still better than like half the quarterbacks.
He's still
in the
I
league.
say he's still a top 10 quarterback on one leg.
All he's got to do is just toss it.
I feel like everyone loves the Bengals, rightfully so. They're awesome. They're fun. It just seems a little too early. I'm taking Kansas City plus 1.5. I would take money line, but I could see something weird happening where it's like a field goal, last second field goal. Bengals win by 1, and I don't want to be in that heartbreak. So, we'll have a little safety. We'll say Kansas City plus 1.5. I think it's a little too early. I'm also going to double dip under 47. I think defenses come to play in this one. The Bengals had their offensive line played out of their minds last Sunday with kind of like just some guys they pulled off the street.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening again. I think Kansas City has really good defense, a very underrated defensive line. I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough. I think they get at Burrow. I think they do enough to win this game, and I think they do enough to get the under. Those are my dose picks.
Dos
Dose
picotes.
picos.
I wonder what picks is in Spanish.
Oh,
I might look that. I might look that up later.
El Piques.
The picks.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that. Well, 2 games. They're over. We're done. We talked about them. So I guess
Best
we got. Well, I guess we got to do our surefire picks. This will probably be the last week that we do this.
We can still do a surefire for the Super Bowl.
Oh, the big game.
The
big game.
The big game. I'm sorry. Don't shoot me, Roger Goodell.
That'd be cool if we could do a surefire prop.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
we definitely can.
I kind of plan on doing a lot of props.
I'm gonna have.
we're gonna
have several
do props.
bets.
Yeah,
yes.
we're going
have
out for the big
grocery list of big game props.
Yeah, for sure.
Within a time limit in the podcast that we'll talk about.
Well, we don't have to go in depth on all of them.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll probably have to be.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to.
Yeah. The surefires for the props. Surefires for this week. Let's get into it. My surefire is the 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles, over 46.5. This is my thought process. The run defense of the Eagles is terrible. Maybe it's not terrible, but it's not good.
It's not their strength.
It is not their strength. It is probably their biggest weakness against the Niners, who are the best running team left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And not only just the best team left, one of the best teams in the league for running.
Mm-hmm.
And Philly likes to throw the ball. You know who doesn't have a great secondary? The Niners.
It's true.
I think this is Niners run, Eagles fly, and we'll see who comes out on top. I think it has the potential.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah. I came up with that right off the top of my head.
All by myself.
All by myself. So, I think this has the potential to be a dogfight, to be kind of a shootout. I think it has the potential to be. And I definitely see, however many touchdowns that is. I wasn't a math major. I could see that happening. Is that 6? 6.5? 6.5 touchdowns?
if you just go by touchdowns, you need 7.
7.
Because that'd be 49. But
Right.
you could eat 6 and some field goals.
Yeah.
And some other stuff.
Yeah. And Robbie Gould, kicker for the 49ers.
I don't think he's ever missed a field goal.
Never missed a playoff field goal.
That's interesting. Might look up some kicking props.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. There's a little
nugget.
Did not know that.
little splash. And so yeah, we're rocking with it. I also think if Philly has to puts up the points, I think that the Niners have to keep up with them any way they can.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to try everything. But they got dudes everywhere. So we're rocking with the over. Double unit, surefire, cannot miss play. Will win. Chris, talk to me.
I mean, this is just the one. This is nothing new. It's the one I feel most confident in my 3. It's Kansas City plus 1.5. I just for everything I just said. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs at home. Like, he wins.
He is a
More
winner.
often than not.
He's a winner.
He wins at home, not on the road.
Not so much.
He's never played on the road
Well, good for him.
in the playoffs, other than the Super Bowl, I guess. But but yeah, Kansas City plus 1.5. It's just what I feel most confident in. So Sean, I think you disagree with me.
I do disagree with you. Cincinnati minus 1.5
Let's
is
go.
the surefire pick of the week. I'm sure Chris loves that because I'm so bad at these.
I'm not very good at them either, my friend.
But listen, in about mid-November, there was a game where the home team was 8-2, and they were underdogs by 2.5 points. And I said, I can't just not take that. They're 8-2. What are we doing? Like, this should be easy. That team got beat by 34 points. It is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Was it the Vikings?
Vikings were home dogs.
Yeah.
They were 8-2. Vegas knows something here. They know something's up, and they know something's wrong. Why are the Chiefs home dogs in the AFC Championship game?
A division they own.
I hate this.
Yes,
Not division, a conference they own.
a conference they own. They own their division. That is true.
Yes.
They own this conference. Why are they home dogs in the AFC Championship game? I will not make this mistake twice. I cannot consciously bet on the Chiefs again and repeat the same mistake that I did in week 10 or 9 or whatever it was. But there's something up with this game. This is a rat line. You see Kansas City plus 1.5, a team that is, what, are they now like 16-4, I believe? Because they were 14-3 to end.
What? Oh, they'd be 16-3 then.
Yeah, sorry. 16 they are now 16-3, I believe.
Yeah.
Did they end the season 14-3?
Maybe 13-4. I don't know if that's
Either way,
really good.
that's a very good record.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Semantics.
Yes. Either way, very good record. This doesn't make any sense. Don't fall into the trap. I get it. I get why you want to take Kansas City. I personally kind of would too, if I'm being honest. If I hadn't experienced this trauma that I did earlier in the regular season. But I just cannot consciously bet on Cincinnati minus 1.5. Oh, sorry. I cannot consciously bet on Kansas City minus 1.5. Instead, double down, double unit, surefire, Cincinnati minus 1.5. Joe Cool is returning to the Super Bowl.
Shit. Okay. That was good.
All right.
Shit.
Let's rock. I'm sad to see football
It's not over.
dwindle.
It's not over.
I was going to say dwindle, but
Yes.
that's the right word for
It's
it.
definitely not over.
No.
But
We still got the big game.
yes.
The big game.
But next week will be kind of tough. No football.
Yeah, next week's going to
Pro Bowl.
Oh boy. The Pro Bowl.
You mean flag football?
Literally, yes. It could be. I'll check it out.
I think that the coaches being the Mannings, I think some shenanigans could be.
It
could
is
be
flag
fun.
football.
I could think that could be fun.
It'll be entertaining. It won't be good, but it'll be
Yeah.
entertaining.
I think maybe some good bits will come out.
Yeah, like I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Which would be the most Pro Bowl I've watched in like 5 years.
Yeah.
So
I just kind of remember when the Pro Bowl was like a
Good.
big deal,
yeah,
like for players to like kind of get.
Yeah.
And it's still like a big deal for a player to be
to make it.
to make the Pro Bowl.
But
Like, you
nobody-
are the best of the best. But, like, it's just like,
Nobody cares about playing.
yeah, like,
They care about making it. They don't care about playing.
yeah.
So it's like, and I get it. Like, you don't want to like get hurt or anything in a meaningless game.
I know.
It just sucks.
It's just like,
Remember when Sean Taylor just lit, I forget his name, but lit up that Dolphins quarterback that one year in the Pro Bowl. That was the best.
yeah, who was that?
The quarterback? I have no
Yeah.
idea. I'm not
I
even- I'm not
honestly
even gonna
couldn't name
pretend.
a Dolphins quarterback that made the Pro Bowl in quite a while.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think he was probably for the Dolphins, but yeah, he got rocked. It was hilarious. Who was that?
Dolphins quarterback?
I'm pretty sure it was the Dolphins. I'm gonna look it up now.
That isn't Dan Marino.
That was-
That means that, like... Oh, well, hang on.
Well, there was that one season where they won the AFC
Brian-
East, right?
It was 06. His last name, I shit you not, his name is Brian Moorman.
Interesting.
Moor.
That was the year Tom Brady tore his ACL, right?
06.
Yeah. And I think Miami won the division that year.
That might be true. I have no idea. I don't remember
Yeah,
what year
I
Brady
think.
tore his ACL.
Don't quote me on that, but
Sure, sounds right.
Yeah.
Why not?
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
What do?
What do we do now?
What
Well,
do
I guess
now?
I guess we wrap it up. We've recorded for like 45 or something.
Good.
So probably a little bit of a shorter episode, just a little
There's
bit.
only 2 games. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had some pretty good dialogue
Little
talking about college basketball.
banter
Yeah,
back and forth.
yeah, and hockey and
All that.
other things, and yeah, we're rocking with it. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, interact with this in any way possible. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah, we only got 2 games this week. We're gonna watch them both. We're gonna make a ton of money. Sean, what is the promo code?
Promo code is as follows: Money3, MONEY3. When you use the code Money3 on the Action 24/7 Sportsbook, you will receive a $250 risk-free bet on your first bet for new customers only. Terms and conditions apply, and we'll
Make some
see
money.
you next week.
Oh,
will.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about college basketball. We'll talk
do
about
something.
hockey. We'll talk about
Figure
Yeah,
it out.
maybe we'll talk a little bit NBA.
Just stuff
we'll
that's
see-
going on in our
Probably.
lives.
I mean, we kind of have to.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll take a look at that. And yeah,
Let's go.
there's 3 of us. Now let's make some money.
Woo.
Ow!